Are you tired of being hurt all the time? Let's build that emotional resiliency. Hey guys, welcome back to another Mind Right Monday. I'm your host, Bonnie Kelly. Today we're going to talk about how we can build and thicken our emotional skin a little bit and not keep ourselves stuck in feeling hurt so often. Now, every person gets hurt. Let's be honest. It's a part of the human experience. All of us have been abused, hurt, abandoned, betrayed to some degree in our lives. If you're watching this, I know you have a story. I know you have something in your life that has caused you some kind of mental and emotional distress. That part is inevitable. What we do beyond the pain is really what we want to talk about today, because believe it or not, that's where our choice comes in. So before I dive into the 3 tips on how to get a little bit tougher with that emotional skin, how to build our emotional resilience, let's talk about pain and suffering. There's an old quote in Buddhism that says, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Now, this statement is a fundamental piece of all of my coaching and teaching and training because it allows us to begin to take mental and emotional responsibility for how we think and feel in the here and now, while acknowledging the pains of our past and presents or futures. The truth is, pain is inevitable. Everybody is going to experience some kind of physical, mental, or emotional pain throughout our life. But suffering happens when we dwell on that pain, when we drag that emotional baggage with us from experience to experience, from relationship to relationship, from job to job. When we take that shoulda, coulda, woulda, and we allow that to destroy our self-worth, our self-esteem, and begins to allow us to feel worthless or not enough or sad or resentful. That's suffering. It's the suffering is the part that we want to begin to heal. We want to begin to transform the inner relationship with the pain. And that truly is your choice. Now, today I'm going to talk about how to build more emotional resilience, right? How we can not allow other people to hurt us so much. And I'm going to give you 3 tips to do that. If you want to talk about pain and suffering, check out some of our other YouTube videos. We've linked them below. I talk a lot about our past experiences and how we can shift our perceptions from what we felt into what we want to feel moving forward. So be sure to check that out. Okay, so let's dive right into my first topic on how we can begin to not allow other people to hurt us so much. And that first one is stop giving them permission. Okay, Mahatma Gandhi famously said, "Nobody can hurt me without my permission." All right, now this is a huge conversation. It might even get under some of your skin, but it's absolutely imperative to understand this if you want to end some of your emotional and mental suffering, is that no one can hurt you without your permission. Disclaimer, okay? Let me say that again. Nobody can mentally or emotionally hurt you without your permission. Yes, people can physically hurt you without your permission. If I'm sitting here and somebody walked up and just sucker punched me, right? They caused me physical pain, right? That is different than what I'm talking about. They're hurting me without my permission. What I'm talking about is giving other people power when they throw insults at you. This typically happens when they're touching on a soft spot and a vulnerable spot within us. Let me give you an example. Now, if I believe that I'm not smart enough and one of you comment below and say that you're stupid, that comment could hurt me because I'm giving you permission to hurt me because I believe that about me. Do you get this? But because I don't believe that, if you wrote that, I would understand that that's your opinion and perception and means nothing about me. So there, I'm not giving you permission to hurt me. This is where we have to reclaim our power, where we have to recognize that nobody can hurt you. You can throw as much mud and dirt, and please don't, because I really like you, but you could, and it's not going to emotionally affect you unless you allow it to. One of my favorite affirmations when I was truly embracing this concept was that when I was around dysfunctional people, because I used to be in relationships with them. I used to be surrounded by them, and it would affect me because I had very thin skin. Everything they said or did, I took it personally. I felt like they were attacking me, and a part of it was because I didn't really believe in me. And so as a result, I had a lot of these judgments would strike me straight to the core. So I used to affirm a lot. Nothing you say or do to me means anything about me, even if it's directed towards me. That means that whatever your opinions and your perceptions are, they're yours. And though I might be saying something that is triggering you, that really is about you and not about me. And when I can begin to separate that you're having your own emotional experience separate from mine, and even though I might be influencing yours, that it's your responsibility to own whatever your hurt, pain, and reaction is that has nothing to do with me, now I've really thickened my emotional skin, and when other people are flinging mud, I'm not giving them permission to come after me. You get where I'm going with this? Awesome. Let's lead you to the next one, which is, remember that hurt people hurt people. You guys, this is one of my favorite things to talk about, that hurt people hurt people. When we start to recognize that the people who have caused the most damage in our lives, or the people that are causing the most damage in other people's lives, are really under the surface hurt to some degree. Maybe they don't feel loved or worthy or smart enough. I mean, even when we label somebody narcissistic, why would somebody behave that way? Well, typically it's because they feel that they have to take care of themselves, that they need to protect themselves in order to survive. So they put themselves first, and they've gotten to a habit of always thinking about themselves and doing things for themselves. And so they're not carefully considering other people's feelings and thoughts. And so we label them as narcissistic when actually they're just hurt people who are responding and reacting to the world in a way that has nothing to do with us. Are you getting the trend here? Stop taking it so personally. That should probably be one of my other tips. But that's a really big part about really thickening our emotional skin and not allowing other people to hurt us so much, is to realize that their dysfunction is theirs. And when it's directed at you, it still has nothing to do with you. Now, disclaimer, it also doesn't mean you need to allow it, okay? This is where boundaries come in. If you need help with that, totally got you covered. Another video down below with your name all over it. All right. So this reminds me of another quote, which is, when another person makes you suffer, it is because he suffers deeply within himself, and his suffering is spilling over. He does not need punishment. He needs help. That's the message he is sending. Tell me that's not powerful. Is that the bullies that are bullying other kids in school are doing it because they're actually really hurt. They're sad. They're calling out for attention. Now, it doesn't mean that they're not right, but it means that they need help. They need guidance. They need support to understand what to do with these pent-up emotions and these perceptions and these assumptions that are just spewing out and spilling over and causing pain upon others. And when we can really begin to attack the heart of that, the root of that, oh, what a different world would this be? All right, this leads me to my third and final tip, which is conscious boundary setting. Oh boy. Now I know I've already put the disclaimer in here, but this is the biggest part when it comes to thickening our emotional skin. However, having boundaries requires a level of self-confidence. It requires us to be willing to be resolved within ourselves to assert that boundary. To be okay with them not being okay, with being okay with them not liking our parameters around their behavior. It is so important for us to begin to set boundaries and recognize that boundaries are unique to you. There's no one boundary fits all. If that was the truth, then everybody would know how to behave in every situation. The truth is that we have different boundaries based on our own personal experiences, our own personal values, and our own personal preferences. So we want to recognize that boundaries are not a personal attack and are absolutely imperative for beginning to teach other people how to interact with us. Now, if you need to learn how to do that, again, there is a video down below with your name all over it. I mean, who couldn't use good boundaries? Everyone could. But that is an important part of helping other people, to teach other people how to engage and interact with you where they're not hurting you so much. The truth is, most people don't want to hurt you. They just don't know how to treat you. Did you hear that? They don't want to hurt you. They just don't know how to treat you. And when we can begin to transform the way we interact with them, they can know how to engage with you in a way that doesn't cause you pain. So I'm going to leave you with this quote with Brené Brown, where she says, "Daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love ourselves even when we risk disappointing others." As I mentioned, boundaries have to come from a place of self-confidence, of you willing to love yourself enough to be able to teach and train others, even when they might not agree with that. And that's okay. Hopefully this video has helped in some way. As always, they're brought to you from viewers just like you. If you have a personal development question you want to see answered in one of these awesome videos, email us at bonniekelly@getinspired.me. and we'll be happy to answer it as soon as we can. Until next time, mwah! Did you enjoy this video? I sure hope so. As always, they were brought to you from viewers like you. And if you're ready right now to get your personal development moving and grooving in 10 minutes or less a day, that's right, to begin to transform the way that your brain functions and operates in 10 minutes or less. We can break past habits, we can strengthen your mindfulness muscles, and we can begin to really seed in self-love and confidence. All in exercises that take 10 minutes or less, and right now you can grab the first week for free by clicking the link below and going 21dayemotionaldetox.com/free. As always, links are below. We'll look forward to seeing you on the flip. Mwah!